Hi, my name's Sarah and today I'll be talking to you about human nutrition and the digestive system. During this presentation I will be explaining the structures and functions of the digestive system, the process of mechanical and chemical digestion including the optimum conditions for the enzymes involved, and discussing specific enzymes. I will also be looking at the constituent food groups of a balanced diet and their sources. So digestive system. The digestive system is responsible for the breakdown, digestion and absorption of our food. The digestive tract, also known as the alimentary canal, runs from the mouth to the rectum. The digestive tract begins at the mouth, where food enters and a process called mastication happens, also known as chewing. We use our teeth to break down the food and our salivary glands secrete saliva which lubricates the food. The food then forms a ball known as a bolus. The bolus is then swallowed and travels through our esophagus with the help of involuntary muscle movements referred to as peristalsis. The bolus eventually enters the stomach, where it is temporarily stored and churned. Cells in the stomach secrete enzymes and chemicals such as hydrochloric acid, which help to break down food and kill any bacteria present. The stomach muscles and secretions help the bolus to become liquidized and is then released into the small intestine, where most of the digestion and absorption takes place. However, this can only be done with the help of accessory organs, such as our salivary glands, tongue, teeth, the liver, which produces bile, which also plays a role in lipid digestion, and the gallbladder is where bile is stored. And when the bile is needed, the gallbladder contracts and releases bile into the small intestine through the bile duct. The pancreas, which is the main digestive gland of our body, secretes digestive enzymes, which are then secreted into the intestine through the pancreatic duct. This then mixes with the food and the bile, and with the help of the enzymes, the food is able to be digested even further. The small intestine, with the help of these enzymes and chemicals, the food is able to be digested into smaller molecules such as amino acids and fatty acids, which the body is then able to absorb. These are absorbed by the small intestine into the bloodstream, where they can then travel to different parts of the body to be utilised. Any food that is not digested and absorbed in the small intestine will eventually reach the colon, which is the first part of the large intestine. Water and ions are absorbed here. Any waste food and substances which are not absorbed and digested, these are stored as feces in the rectum, and they are eventually excreted from the alimentary canal through the anus. Now, in order to get the right amount of nutrients we need to stay healthy, our food needs to be small enough molecules for the nutrients to be absorbed into our bloodstream. Food can be digested by a combination of two methods. The first method is mechanical digestion. This begins in the mouth. Teeth are used to chew and grind the food into smaller pieces that are easy to digest. This physical breakdown can also be referred to as mastication. Other processes such as swallowing and muscular movements allow the food to move through the digestive tract. The second method is chemical digestion. This also begins in the mouth. It happens in our stomach as well as our intestines, and is when our body uses enzymes and acids to help break down food. Food is broken down into even smaller molecules, which can then be absorbed by the small intestine, enabling vitamins and minerals to be released into our body to help them do their job. So for chemical digestion, it involves enzymes known as digestive enzymes. These are special proteins that help to break down nutrients into smaller soluble molecules, which can then be absorbed. Different enzymes break down different nutrients, such as amylase, which is a carbohydrate enzyme. This helps with the digestion of carbohydrates by breaking down the starch into sugars. As you can see, the bread is the carbohydrate, the enzymes get involved, and simple sugars are made. Protease enzymes helps the digestion of proteins by breaking down the proteins into amino acids. Again, protein, enzymes, amino acids. So for an enzyme to work, to the best of its ability, it needs to be at a certain temperature and at a certain pH level. These are known as its optimum conditions. So enzymes work best in warm conditions. The human body is around 37 degrees Celsius, and this is their optimum temperature. However, pH levels for the enzymes can vary depending on where in the body they are. So a specific enzyme, let's take lactase. This is a digestive enzyme involved in breaking down lactose, which is a sugar found in milk and other dairy products. It's produced in the small intestine and breaks down lactose into two smaller sugar molecules called glucose and galactose, so that it can then be digested and absorbed into our body. The optimum temperature is again body temperature, which is 37 degrees, and has an optimum pH of 6. Pepsin, another digestive enzyme, this helps digest protein. It's secreted from specialised stomach cells called chief cells. It helps to break down proteins that are consumed, and has an optimum temp again of 37 degrees Celsius, which is body temp, and it is designed to work best at very low or acidic pH as it functions within the stomach. Now moving on to a balanced diet and the groups which are involved. So the first group is carbohydrates. This consists of bread, pasta, rice and potatoes. They are converted into sugar and is our main source of energy for our bodies. Second group, proteins. Meat, fish, eggs, nuts. These are sources of protein, iron and zinc. They help us to build muscle and they also help our bodies to repair and grow. So very important. The third group, fruit and vegetables, also very important, consists of bananas, grapes, carrots, broccoli. These are source of antioxidants and vitamins. These help to support our immune system and they are also good sources of fibre which aids in digestion. So these three groups that I've just spoken about should all make up a third of your plate every day. The fourth group, dairy, cheese, milk and yogurts, are sources of calcium, protein and vitamins which help to keep our teeth and bones strong and healthy. The fifth group, fat and oils such as butter and olive oil are also a source of energy. Healthy fats such as avocados, dark chocolate, fatty fish and nuts are good for our health and can benefit us. However, bad fats, also known as saturated fats such as red meat, whole fat milk, cheese, these just need to be consumed less of. So foods that are high in sugar and salt such as cake, crisps and sweets unfortunately hold little nutritional value and should only be eaten as an occasional treat. As well as these foods, water is also very important as it keeps us healthy and hydrated. It's recommended that we drink 6 to 8 glasses per day. So that concludes my presentation. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and have gained a better understanding of the digestive system, the enzymes involved and the optimum conditions, the 5 food groups that make up a balanced diet. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me and thank you so much for listening.